Welcome to the PredicTri Aggregate Loss Modeling tool. This video will show you how to use this tool in order to get modeling outputs. Click here to log in. Sign in with the username and password we have sent you. Once you're signed in, you will be able to see all your existing runs and be able to define new runs. The run is first given a name. Now you need to provide the data. If you click here, you will be able to download the sample to see what's the format of the data you should provide. You have the period, the exposure. Usually it is premium. You can put any other exposure measure. And the data by development age. You can add lines for periods you would like to get a predictions, so you have no data for that.
So the result will depend on the previous data. You can add data in a triangle or trapezoid shape. So we choose the file we want to upload for the paid. This is the main data. The main data, everything is referenced to it in the analysis. You can add secondary data, which is the reported losses, if you have it. Test execution will give you a fast preview and test for a data structure, but results are not correct. You can use the joint model. If you have paid and reported data, it forces them to meet at the end if you think this is reasonable. Usually it is if there is enough data. You usually want to score the model to see what's the model that has the best score. In other words, the best predictive power. You press Start, then you will see your run here. Now let's look at how we upload the modeling results into the Excel template and analyze them. It's single model template for PredicTri tool. It has 5 tabs. The first tab is Data, and it is for your data that you would upload to PredicTri. In addition, I suggest to put traditional evaluation for comparison. We input the data from the run. So let's delete what we have and go to the Results Stats folder. Here we have data file. It's on the CSV. And I copy everything except the first row. Additional model outputs are model ranking. We go to the scores.
And also, we prefer to copy number of samples. It is for statistical checks. Afterwards, I choose any pivot and make Refresh All. So the data is inside. In addition, here I perform model performance validation. As I use NAIC data, I have also answers. As you may remember, NAIC comes as a rectangle, so I have a true observed ultimate. I can put it and compare PredicTri results with true NAIC ultimate. So I put it here, and also I put the development pattern right here. Of course, in real life, for modeling, we don't have observed to compare with it. Under the table that contains all models, we have ranking. You see that this model has the first rank, and here is a table for the best model. I see its ultimate difference versus observed and percentile of observed in the distribution. So here we can see that best model result, for example, for the following year, so for the treaty year, is far above the observed, and the percentile is very low. so we overestimate the results. We have the same table for the weighted model. Weighted model is a new addition to our tool, as we suggest to weight several best-performing models because we saw that it's more accurate and more stable. Well, today it's manual. I'm just multiplying the result of the model by the model weight. You can see that the performance is much better. Sometimes it is the same, sometimes we see that weighted model is better. In this table, I suggest to put the results from traditional model, if you like. Next part is the distribution. If you have more rows in your triangle, you have to ungroup several rows. And if you have less rows, you have to group several rows. It doesn't influence the result for this table, but wrong shape distorts the chart. Afterwards, we have the development pattern for the best model and for the weighted model. For both of them, it's conditional formatting. Orange numbers are link ratios from the triangle, and no background numbers are link ratios estimated from the model. Here we present the percentile 50, but of course you can get any percentile that you want. And also for any model. For example, it's possible that you see that the second best performing model performance is better than best model, so you can check its development pattern as well. Now here there is a box plot for development factors. We know that a lot of actuaries love this presentation. So here are some tables. They prepare the numbers for this chart. No need to touch them. It's automated. In the next tabs, we present several most important results. Here are the ultimate percentiles for best and weighted model. And here we have several graphs for professionals that like graphical representation. And also here, if your structure is different, you have to add or hide rows or columns in this tab.